This is T.Y. Jackson.
United States Women's Champion Chelsea Green.
How you doing, people?
And I love pro wrestling.
I love pro wrestling.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome to the Brunch Clinic. I am Lawrence Kurtze. We are live. Another big week in wrestling, as yesterday was AEW Wrestle Dream.
Hi, I'm Maxine Dupree.
And I'm Otis.
Hi, I'm the Sweetest Pea, Christara.
Mars, the specialist.
And I love wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
And we
love wrestling.
Bottoms up, brains on. Welcome to Quizplex here on Love Wrestling, your pro wrestling trivia charity show. My name is Zach Ralph. I will be your host.
This is God's gift to wrestling, Michael Richard Blaze.
We are the Usos.
This is Rachel Ellering.
And we love wrestling.
And I love
And I love pro wrestling.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you all know what that means.
Well, you better know by now. It's episode 235 of this thing.
I guarantee you there's like an 85% chance that's not an accurate number.
Hi, this is Shaz McKenzie.
This is Big Bad Boris.
This is the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crow.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
If you're here, thanks for being here. It's for Exposure, Love Wrestling's Independent Weekend podcast, where we break down all the best happenings on the world of the independent wrestling side.
I'm Penta. I'm wrestling. And what?
Liza Hall.
I'm the alternative Anthony Green.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
And I love wrestling. I love wrestling. And you know what? Pencacero.
That's called scatting, kids. It is 8 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It is time for a excitingly fun, I hope, episode of Saturday Night Love. My name is Big Bad Boris.
I'm Big Ben Ortmans.
Hi, this is Smiley Patty Ray.
I'm Sky.
And I love wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
Of course.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost!
If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey! The man with the finest beard on this screen. Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you all know
Pew,
what
pew, pew, pew,
that
pew,
means.
Pew, pew. That's what that means.
Exactly.
Pew, 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 pew.
It means it's another new episode of Between Two Beards, episode 275.
275 of these things.
275, Pluggo.
We're around in the corner to 300. We got Fernando in the chat.
Dale in the chat. What's
Dale,
up, buddy?
what's up, Dale? What's up, bud?
What's going on, brother? Scott, welcome. Red Sox, Dodgers. All right. I'd be okay with that. We won today. So we snapped our football's back. My Patriots are playing right now. Nobody's playing. Doesn't matter. But they're on. Football's back. I'm ready to go. Not talking about my Patriots. Embarrassing. But
what they do now?
They're just the cheapest. The Crafts are the cheapest. You have one of the top 2 cornerback.
He's gonna crash out.
No, we're gonna be good this year.
He's gonna crash out.
No, we're gonna be good again this year. We're not gonna have as good a record as last year, but we're gonna
cue
be
up
good.
the song.
No. We're gonna be good, but it has nothing to do with the on field. I mean, it could, but like just the team. The owners come out constantly. Kraft comes out and he says, "Oh, I'm here, committed to the team, putting a winner on the field, doing this, doing that." Okay, well, last time I checked, if you have the best corner, or at worst, the second best corner in the league, who's up for a contract extension, if you care about commitment, sign him. Sign him. Because he's going to hold out and not play, and we're not going to be as good if he's not on the field. Okay. They're the cheapest owners. They've been. You lucked in. Damn it. You lucked in to the greatest coach and the greatest quarterback. You lucked into that. And you were able to be cheap because you had a guy under center that could play quarterback in his sleep. We went like 8 years with not signing a draft pick to a second contract. Do you understand that? 8 years.
Yeah.
We did not have one draft pick that we signed to a second contract. That is insane.
That's because you draft like Cole Strange.
We did. The Belichick the last 5 years was garbage. But Belichick drafted this kid. This was his last great pick. He drafted this kid. He's a stud. Pay him his fucking money. What are we doing? He doesn't play week 1. Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to get 200 yards. He shut his ass out in the Super Bowl. What are we doing? Anyway. I say that, and we're going to be good. We're going to be really good this year.
You're out the sun too long today.
I was.
We'll see. We'll see how good you are this year.
Again, I'm optimistic about the football team. I have them at 12-5, 13-4, around there. It'll probably be 12-5. My guess would be. I think our defense is very strong, and I expect Drake May to be like he was last year or take another leap. AJ Brown obviously helps. So yeah. I feel good. The schedule is harder, so we will lose more games because we are playing, tests. Last year's schedule was weak, obviously.
Yeah.
Pluggo.
Hey, Mrs. Pluggo, welcome to the chat. The love of my life, the apple of my eye. How you doing? Scott acknowledging Mrs. Pluggo. You should.
We acknowledge.
The only the OTC that I acknowledge.
There we go. MJF?
No, only Tribal Cheeks and Mrs. Pluggo. But
well,
MJF, the one true champion.
He's the one true champion. He is the OTC. Yeah. So, all right. That I didn't expect to go on a rant like that. That was not on my cue cards. That was not on the cue cards for tonight. But yeah, I'll tell you what. Fucking Tommy DeVito out there.
Tommy Cutlet?
Tommy Cutlet's out there throwing dimes tonight. He's been on fire all training camp. Got to earn that backup slot to Drake. Tommy Cutlets, baby. You love to see it. Yeah, and then my Red Sox. Yeah,
preseason football.
It's it is what it is. I really only watch preseason football so I can see the players play, but there are no starters playing for the Patriots. Like very few starters. So I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm just gonna,
Yeah,
but
why would they?
Well, the reason why I was even going to get into this rant was because the reason they're not playing is because you didn't hear about this turf situation.
I saw that they had to get new turf, and then the turf was not approved from the NFL
because they got Walmart turf because they're cheap fucks, and the turf didn't get approved. And then miraculously in 48 hours, it passed some tests to get approved, which is bullshit. And they didn't come out publicly and say it, but 1,000% Drake May was like, I am not playing on that fucking surface and tearing my ACL for 2 drives in a preseason game. You can kiss my ass. I will play in game number 2. And I bet you, then like 75% of the starters are not playing because of that. They're throwing these guys out there because these guys are vying for a job. They'll tear an ACL for a job.
Playing on that AstroTurf.
They don't give a shit.
Remember AstroTurf back in like the Astrodome back in the day? That just thin sheet of carpet on cement.
They played football on that shit. Three Rivers, like in Philly. And the one in Philly, they had turf just getting driven in January onto that turf, bro. Oh my God.
Yuck.
Unbelievable. You know how many, dude, that's like basically hitting ice.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Fernando once to know if Brock Lesnar is the best rookie in WWE history.
Rookie?
He had the best rookie.
I mean,
year.
look at it. He had a good rookie
I
year.
think so, yeah.
Well, yeah. What about I don't know. Yeah, the vet. That's where Philly played, right? Was that?
Yeah. What's up, Brian Sullivan, our resident Eagles fan?
Yeah.
So I will tell you this: I coach flag football, which starts here in a couple of weeks, and both my boys play. So how it works is you get randomly selected to an NFL team because it's through the NFL flag football program.
Oh,
so each division, so it's random draw. Like last year, we had the Chargers and the Bengals.
Yep.
Or the older one was the Chargers, the younger was the Bengals. Guess which 2 teams I got this year?
Chargers and the Bengals.
Cowboys and Eagles.
Oh, I'd retire. How old are
they? They're 11 and 8.
I would hold out. It's not as bad. I mean, if the Steelers, but it would be cool wearing the star. I think it'd be cool.
Right?
For a kid, like the star helmet, that's nice.
Yeah, which not that I need an excuse to buy new hats, but at least I'll get new hats out of the deal.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna.
And Ryan, which kid do I have? And
that's what I'm saying. That's gonna. You can't. Yeah. That's
they're in different. They're in different divisions because of the age, so it doesn't.
The Cowboys' biggest rival, though, is the Giants, right? Is that the Eagles and Cowboys more? I think the Cowboys and Giants are the bigger rivalry, at least on that end. I'm sure Philly looks at Dallas as their biggest rival in their division, at least
potentially. But yeah, my boys aren't ingrained in football lore like I am, so they probably don't even realize that they're bitter rivals at this point. And they'll have to fight on
the 11-year-old better start to be. You gotta. Are they into football? Obviously they're playing it, but are they into? Do they watch it on Sundays?
No. I mean, if I got it on, they might take a look, but they don't generally.
They're not interested. They haven't started asking questions or sitting down and watching it and learning. Okay.
No, I think they just like playing the games.
Right. Oddly enough, football for me as a child was the sport that I got into the latest. It took me a while. A baseball I liked immediately, when I was a small child, and then basketball and hockey. Yeah, football was and now obviously football is. Well, Dallas and Washington is a big one too, but from what I recall, I always felt like the Giants in Dallas were.
Speaking of Washington, hey Jaden McDaniels, quit being such a crybaby.
Oh, what a bitch move, huh?
What a whine ass. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
All right. I saw that and I went, are we fucking serious? You were in the NFC Championship game 2 seasons. What the fuck do you care? What is going on at the school that you played for a year? Or who cares? Oh my God, that irked me. I was like,
they gave my number to somebody else. So what?
I don't want to be affiliated with my college that I went to that I won a Heisman with anymore because they gave my number. That's not a retired number. Not a retired number.
Yeah.
They gave my number to somebody else. What?
And if they said they weren't going to give it away, that's one thing. But even then, it's like, who
I don't
cares,
even care.
man?
Gives a shit. And then he's like, "Oh, there's a double standard. They didn't give Joe Burrow's number out." Yeah, last time I checked, Joe Burrow won him a national championship. What'd you do? You win a national championship? Shut up. Shut up. That is unbelievable. You've been in the league for like 3 years, bro. What do you care?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was just like, Jake,
Look,
come on.
I'm old. All right. I'm an old guy. I get it. All right. I don't understand what the younger people care about. To me, I'm like, why on earth would you even care about that?
I'm looking at it.
What about that would make you care? Like, you're on to bigger and better things, buddy. You got drafted 2nd overall in the draft and brought your team to the NFC Championship in your rookie. Why are you worried about what's going on at LSU?
No, he played 2 seasons there, transferred from Arizona State. That's what I forgot.
Yeah, no shit. You were you didn't even want to go there. You transferred there. You had one great year, granted. You won the Heisman. Great. It was a great year. But you didn't really win shit.
Yeah. Zach in the house saying international left-hander
day. Well, speaking of left-handers, my boy Peyton Tolley today, dominant performance to, thank God, pull the Red Sox out of despair. We needed
it. And it's got Burrow was undefeated National Player of the Year. Diva. Listen, if you feel that way, keep it internal. You didn't need to. I don't think that was like just kind of like the whole chair incident. Just keep that to yourselves.
I don't know, man.
Chairs made the rounds this week in wrestling. Just keep that to yourself.
Oh yeah,
keep that internal. We don't need to put.
Why?
We don't need to.
Why they doing?
Must have been a slow news week.
Well, I mean Cody got involved. Cody got involved on Twitter. He said something. I'm just like, oh man, like what are we doing? I don't know what's going on.
Hey, as somebody who famously faded Love Wrestling's ring crew once, would you like to weigh?
I did not. I had a late night. Sorry, it is what it is. I'm not young. Listen, I walked in as they were getting ready to leave. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't be lifting heavy things. I'm gonna pass out. I'll get injured. I'm not holding anybody liable. All right. Here's the kid is 19. The kid is 19 years old. I will give him the grace and the benefit of the doubt that he's just young. It was his second match ever.
Yeah.
Like, I think it got blown. Like, again, I agree with you. Like, just say something privately. But I
would have pulled him off to the side and said, "Hey, listen."
Yeah. Hey, just so you know, like, we usually help set up some stuff like before the show and stuff. Okay. And if he says no, or then, has an attitude about it, then that's a different situation.
Yeah.
That's a different situation. But it seems to me that nobody really asked him or maybe even told him or showed him, hey, this is how we usually, whatever. Now, I don't think his dad made it any better. Because his dad came off a little pompous to me.
And what did he say? He was paid. He was paid.
He was paid to rest, and that's fine. And I get it. He's defending his kid. In today's world, we know how quick things can happen on the internet. He's being a good dad, and he's trying to defend his kid and probably say, "I'm not allowing the internet to fucking go after my kid because it fucking pieces of shit everywhere out here."
Yeah.
So I get that. But at the same time, it did come off a little. It did come off a little. He's above that attitude. Obviously, we haven't heard. You know what I mean? That's at least how it came off to me. And it was like, well, AJ, you never once set up when you were on the you didn't set up ring crew ever. You just magically. I get it. He's been very good for a very long time, but I'm sure they were at some point in his career.
Yeah,
he helped ring, he did that shit. So I understand and get it. He's one of the all-time greats. Your kid is at a stature ultimately just because of that. And he's probably looked at and going to be judged at a lot differently because AJ is so great and he is who he is. But at the same time, I feel like you should be.
Yeah.
If the kid was serious about becoming a pro wrestler, I feel like AJ, the kid should have already known before he walked into the building, kind of what you do. The expectations of what you do.
Well, that was my thing.
And
it's like the guy has 2 matches. There's no sample size. Like,
no.
He's so. If that's the case, yeah, you just talk to him. We don't need to make this a big internet hullabaloo over the kid's second match. But
then you had Cody come out and say something about it, and then the Cannon guy went back after, and I was like, oh my god, Jesus, what are we doing? All over chairs.
I loved all the comments of like, who's this dues fellow? We ain't paying him.
Unbelievable, dude.
I ain't got no money for this dues fella.
Nah, dues. Paying his dues. They again also very like old school pay. Like paying your dude, yes, but like I don't know, whatever. Whatever. Well, I mean, it was probably a slow news week because if I'm going to be honest with you, there were things I enjoyed this wrestling week, but for the most part, up until now, it kind of stunk.
Yeah,
I thought Raw was kind of mid. Things I liked. We're going to talk about Solo. I mean, there were things that we definitely liked and loved on Raw that we're going to talk about, but I thought the show as a total was a little bit. Now, again, we were coming off a great Raw the night after SummerSlam. Like, that was a great Raw. So I get it.
Yeah, last week was a pretty solid week across the board.
Yes.
This week, a little less.
I think last week gave us, we were all feeling pretty high. We were all feeling pretty positive about like, oh, man, all right. It was just a good week of television. Both companies were just great. All the shows were good. And then we got to this week, and Raw was kind of like, and I thought Dynamite last night was very lackluster.
Everybody was so wrapped up in Chairsgate they forgot to book good shows.
Yeah, it just kind of felt like again, things we
CM
like.
Punk got announced for Worlds Collide.
Well, we knew that was going to happen. Chicago.
Same thing.
That's going to put butts in the seats.
I don't think he was. You think he's going to wrestle?
Well, they got Roman. They're doing this tournament with Roman. Maybe. Who would he wrestle though?
Oh,
Grande Americano.
Yeah.
Are you shocked that Grande Americano was not in this tournament with Roman?
No, because then there would be a case that he'd have to win it.
That's fair.
This tournament is tailor-made for Penta.
Oh yeah. The final should be Penta and Rey Fenix, right? The brothers.
Yeah, and just have them go for 15 minutes. Do we get the full fucking sprint and just have
the Lucha Brothers out of this? Do the Lucha Brothers come out of this somehow? Like if they're in the final, and then it's Roman and Penta, and then the Uso, the Bloodlines around Rey Fenix. Like, is this how we
maybe
get to the point where it's like, all right, we're doing the Lucha Bros?
Yeah, maybe, because you could always have Ray cut some promo of like, oh, I know those dastardly Bloodline guys are always around. I'll have your back in Mexico City, brother. And then we're like, oh, and then so maybe, because if after Penta has this match, like what's he? Are we throwing him back in the IC title scene, or you could, if you wanted to have him go on a little Lucha Bro run, that'd be fun. But
yeah, right.
I mean, the IC title scene right now is pretty stacked with the addition of Big Cass. All of a sudden, now it's even more. So maybe Penta could go off and do something different. But I mean, the Vision. Who are they? When's the last time they really defended those tag team titles? Like, I don't even think when they faced Otis and Tozawa that was for the tag team belts. I think it was just a match to have. And
that is true. Yeah.
Like, there's no other tag teams really right now established on Raw. There's hardly any tag teams established on SmackDown. I don't know why we have 2 sets of tag belts.
I don't either.
So, I mean, if you're talking about wanting to have a tag division, I guess you could put the Lucha Bros together, but I would imagine they'd win it. I'm waiting for the day when Braun Breaker just throws that belt at Logan Paul and says he's out.
It feels like it's coming.
I think they're just waiting for Logan to get cleared to compete.
Yeah.
because then once that happens, I think they're going to split Breaker off of that thing, because then they could just freebird the belts and go, here you go.
Yeah, and like so, and again, I want to talk about this at some point tonight too, because I know our graphic is Solo. We're going to dive into Solo. 'Cause Solo was obviously the main highlight and the MVP of Raw. But all right, so clearly they're setting up Braun Breaker and Obafemi. Everyone is excited about it. That the clip from Raw with them got millions and millions of views throughout all social media and stuff like that. It is clear that these guys are the two guys. These are the two future, whatever you want to call them, superstars, pillars, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Is this too soon for these two? One of these guys needs to lose.
Is it too soon? Well, what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do with them?
I don't know. I feel like this is like, obviously, like they could fight this time, and then a couple years from now they fight again a second time, and it's a much bigger deal because they're world champions and all this stuff. So, like, I get that, but it feels like their first main roster match should be like, I don't know. It just feels like it's sudden. It just feels like it's sudden to me. Like they're just like, we're going right at it. Now, I potentially like the story they're telling with like Braun Breaker's asking everybody, you think he's the future? Because in Braun's mind, he was like, remember when I was the future?
Yeah, earlier this year you were the future.
Yeah. Remember when I was the future? Now everybody's saying this guy's the future. How about F that? You know?
I mean, if you wanna listen to the independent, or not the independent, the IWC, who says, like, we got Braun Breaker, we got Obafemi, we got these new up and coming guys, we would put a focus on them. I mean, it didn't hurt Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels to go at it, in their careers and rivalries, Rock and Hogan or Rock and Austin, whatever. You could start building up a rivalry with two of your pillars, like you said.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it. One of them has to lose, but this could be a situation, if we want to think optimistically, that whoever's the loser comes out of it better than they went into it.
Yeah.
It is possible. Like, there's still, outside of Brock Lesnar, there's still somebody that needs to crack the code on giving Obafemi an actual match. Braun Breaker could be that guy.
Yeah.
Who's the other who's the only person outside of Brock that gave Oba a lot of time?
I mean, Brock didn't even give him.
Or just like gave him the biggest fight. I'm trying to think who it was. There was somebody. It wasn't long.
Otis. He fought Otis on one of those open challenges.
Something.
He obviously had long matches in NXT.
NXT, on the main roster.
On the main roster, no, but in NXT he had long.
It was Dominic Mysterio.
Dom at King of the Ring was probably the longest one. Yeah, but it wasn't that long.
Yeah, Dom gave him the biggest fight. That's what I'm saying. So you could have this moment where it's just like Braun Breaker just pushes Oba to the limit on the main roster, and you're just like, oh shit, Braun.
How about this?
And then they just run it back a few times over the next couple
of
years.
What if? See, it feels like obviously Oba would be winning.
Yeah,
but I feel like I guess, and I don't have a problem with it because I am very excited to see these guys go. But I feel like Braun Breaker needs to win. And I'm like, but he's not gonna win. Like, so this is another, again, if maybe this is the last straw. He loses to Oba, and then he snaps and he's out of the division, and we get this badass on a mission Braun Breaker, and the crowd really is behind him. Maybe. Cool. Yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like this is a match he needs to win.
Where do you do the match? Where does it happen? How does it happen?
Sunday night's main event, probably, right?
I mean, there's a Money in the Bank coming up. There's a Survivor Series.
I'd make an argument that Braun should be in that Money in the Bank match.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about how we would do this, because if Oba's on, which he's not mentioned once, he has not mentioned going after Roman Reigns, going after any championships. Nope. It has not been something that's came up over the last couple of weeks after taking care of Brock Lesnar.
Unbelievable.
Which is weird. So I guess if this is the new side quest where we're going to collision course for Oba and Braun, I would think that that's bigger than a Saturday night's or Sunday night's main event. So I mean,
but I think they're handling Sunday night's main event a lot more like a pay-per-view than a Saturday night's main event, if that makes sense.
We say that every time they do these.
But this one is obviously different though with the Sunday. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm going to reserve
or give me something.
Yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment until because like we were like, oh, the Madison Square Garden show is going to be massive, and it turned into a Knicks Love Fest.
Well, that was terrible for other reasons. Garbage. Speaking of NBA, what the hell?
What happened in the NBA?
How are the Celtics and 76ers not playing on Christmas or opening night?
Like,
how?
As against each other or in general? Oh.
No, they're against each other.
Hey,
that should be your biggest rivalry going into this season. 100% is Jaylen Brown against the Celtics, and now LeBron's there, who's one of the all-time Celtics arch rivals. Like that is your biggest rivalry in the league.
You got 82 games. You got to space it out. You got to fill TV time.
We should have had one of those days on lock. Should have been.
Who are you playing on Christmas Day?
I don't fucking know.
I'm sure
we're playing somebody though. We're the Celtics. We're playing.
Probably the Knicks.
Actually, maybe not. Maybe we're not this year. We're on opening night though, but we're playing the Heat. Maybe on opening night or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Giannis, because we almost got him. Yeah, it's the Celtics and Heat, and we're also playing. It's a Tuesday, and we're playing at 3 p.m. What?
Nice.
What are we talking about?
Opening day, basketball is becoming baseball and having.
Why on a Tuesday?
Why at 3 p.m.?
Because they're doing like a triple header. So they're doing like three. I don't know. Whatever.
3, 6. They're probably gonna. Yeah, that'd be cool.
The Celtics and Heat, I guess look at the Celtics and the Heat were a bit of a rivalry, a handful of COVID time around there. A handful of times they beat us back-to-back conference championships and things like that. Yeah, the Knicks and the Spurs are at noon on a Tuesday.
Hey, listen, that's awesome. They're doing like opening, like baseball. They're spreading out like opening night.
I actually be able to watch the rematch of the finals at noon that day.
I actually don't hate that. I think that's kind of cool.
They should do it on like a Friday. Why would you do it on Tuesday? Do it on a Friday.
Nothing else on. No, nothing to worry about. That's the same thing we complain about with baseball on opening day. We're like, I can't find a game.
Yeah,
opening day in baseball is on a Tuesday.
Yeah, but baseball's different because they play every day. Like they play every day, basically. Yeah,
Just trying to get.
Don't get me started, Scott, on the NFL. All right, with them in their schedule, opening night on a motherfucking Wednesday. Why?
How is it on a Wednesday?
Opening night? Yeah, the Wednesday night football. Why? Why does football need? And I love football. Clearly, why does football have to be on every night? Why do I need to watch football every night? Sundays are for football, and then I know why, obviously, but like Sundays are for football. All right, Sunday is the day. Leave me alone for 10 hours. I'm watching football.
Yeah,
I'm watching football, and then if it's a intriguing game on Monday, I'll tune in. Thursday, I'm busy, obviously. Doing the best damn show.
To be fair though, by the time we get done on Thursdays,
the second half, we usually watch the second half.
Yeah, the second half is usually starting, so you're usually you can watch most of it.
But that's the schedule. Now there's Black Friday games, and the opening week has Wednesday night football, Thursday night football from Australia. Friday, what? Come on now. And we wonder why that we get to a Sunday and we're like, there's like 2 good games. Yeah, because all the good ones they're putting on fucking Wednesdays. And Tuesday. I want my good games on Sunday.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
See?
Anyway, I don't know why I'm ranty tonight. I've been in a great mood today. I don't know what the hell's going on. I've had a great day. The week's been all right. I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm ranty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sports, not even about wrestling.
I was going to say we went from over broad breaker to
listen, back in the day
NBA schedules.
We had no rhyme or rhythm. back in the day. We just talked about whatever the fuck. We just went wherever.
I know. But I was very impressed with how you got there. That's all.
Well, I'm damn good at this.
Money Talks, JPJ. Yeah, Money Talks.
Great movie. Charlie Sheen and Chris Tucker.
Fun fact: that movie came out 90s, early 90s, mid 90s, something like that.
Yeah, mid
90s,
95, 96. Maybe
I don't think,
like
and my mom rented it for us, and I don't think she knew
that
what
was
it
not
was.
proper. Yeah,
and we got like 5-10 minutes into it. She's like, I don't think you're allowed to be watching this thing.
Nope.
But then, in some weird stroke of like moment where my mom was like the coolest person, she goes, well, I did rent it, so go ahead and finish it.
Well, listen, I saw plenty of movies when I was a child.
And now anytime it pops up, I watch it when it's on like Tubi or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a different world, because when we were kids, like my sister has 2 children that are young, all right? And she's a great mom, and my brother-in-law is a great dad. They're great. But like, I vividly remember being young, like a child, and obviously they didn't let me watch crazy shit, but like when I was younger, I watched plenty of stuff that I probably shouldn't have been watching, and they were like, all right. They're just kind of like, whatever, all right, whatever, it's fine. Nowadays I feel like it's like, nope, we're not even getting close to anything remotely that could be
now as a parent, I'm like, what? No, we're not watching this. You can't be watching
that's what we call evolution. That's what we call evolution.
And that, but then you're like,
I remember the first thing that scared the shit out of me was the Thriller video from Michael Jackson. Scared the absolute crap out of me.
No movie used to scare the crap out of me as a kid.
Freddy Krueger?
No. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
What?
That creepy dude that used to
He is creepy.
That was a creepy I remember as a kid.
That movie was fun. You didn't like that movie? Did you like it though still?
No. I watched it a couple weeks ago out of like, it was on Disney, and I was like, let me give this thing another try. It's still creepy.
Yeah. Did you know Eddie Murphy said this on one of the talk shows, that the Bob Hoskins, the main guy, that role was written for Eddie Murphy.
Oh, interesting.
But he was asked, I forget who asked him, but he was asked, like, did you ever have any regrets of like movies you didn't take? And he said, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was his biggest one, because he saw it and he was like, half animation, half. He goes, that's gonna be stupid. And then he saw it and he was like, oh shit. He's like, oh shit.
I screwed up.
Yeah, he's like, oh damn, that would have been a big hit for me. He did fine though. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I think he did okay. I think he survived. He did a string of really bad movies, but he also did a string of some bangers.
Daddy Daycare is a banger.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy Daycare is a banger.
I missed
of a film.
What do you mean?
What do you mean you missed?
Missed.
Steve's on one of the underrated actors of our lifetime. Truly.
Yeah.
You see, now we're going everywhere. We're going everywhere now. Because now I'm thinking about Steve Zahn, Saving Silverman with Jack.
This is the greatest line of all time. Dude, if you get the nachos stuck together, that's one nacho.
It counts as one nacho.
Counts as
one nacho.
Yeah. Beer bong for the lady.
Yeah.
Shoot it. Rule.
Yeah. Coach, we got a situation we need your advice on. Yeah. So there's this woman. Kill her.
Killer.
You
haven't heard the killer.
So stupid. Oh, it's so bad. Tommy Cutlets is dropping dimes. He's dropping dimes. He threw a touchdown pass. It was a beauty.
What's that line from Major League? Yeah, against guys will be bagging groceries next week.
Yeah. The best one in the major leagues though is when he gives up the grand slam. And Bob Uecker's like, all right, Indians are up 3, bases are loaded, Rick Vaughn on the hill, and the pitch. And then you just hear the crack of the bat. It just goes, oh, shit. Because it's like an immediate grand slam. Oh, shit. And I just think about like what that would have been like if that actually happened on the radio, and it still makes me laugh.
We need more commentators like that.
Oh, dude. Yeah, everybody. There are good commentators. Like if you have if you have good local guys, it makes the situation better, especially if you have like the Red Sox. I have to watch their games on their own channel. They have their own channel I need to go watch them on.
Yeah.
And like their announcers are pretty good in my opinion. So it makes the game a lot more like fun, but like, yeah, there aren't any. There's no more Bob Ukers or Harry Careys.
I know. I grew up on drunk Harry Carey, incoherent.
Now, but part of those guys not being around anymore is a good because those guys obviously. No, but like Vin Scully, like Uker, like those type of guys, they're not around. They don't exist anymore. Sadly, it's just not the same. Yeah, it's just not the same. But yes, but I agree with you, Fernando. Braun Breaker needs to win the match, or wins to If I think we're getting a trio, but see, like I don't think we should be doing that right now. Like Fernando's like Braun needs to win 1 and Oba needs to win 2. I don't think they should be having a trilogy right now. Maybe a one-off. Cool. All right. I don't think they need that personally, but.
Well, they can. They haven't made. I mean, outside of Monday, where there was a little where Pierce got in the middle of him and split it up, but it seems like they're on a collision course, and I can't imagine them only doing one though. What, you're just gonna have Braun lose to Oba and then never revisit it? Like that kind of sucks.
I don't know, man. Howard Cosell, that's another good one.
If you're trying to build up your future. This could be a future rivalry that you could. I mean, it doesn't have to be bang, bang.
This is the rivalry for like a decade, right? That's what I think. This is like the first preview of the next decade of
Unless Adam Pearce comes out, it's like I can't keep control of these two. I'm trading you to SmackDown, Braun. And that's how you.
Well, can we talk about? Well, here's the thing, though. When you look at these two rosters right now. Raw is very specifically in the men's roster because the women's roster has got a jolt these last few weeks, right?
But even the women's roster is a little
the
bare.
Men's roster on Raw is bare because, and again, it's because of the Bloodline and Roman Reigns because you can't. But if you look at SmackDown now, at the top of the SmackDown roster, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. Kevin Owens just returned.
Sami Zayn,
Gunther, Finn Balor's over there.
Mm-hmm.
What? And then you look on Raw, and it's like you have the Bloodline. Okay, you got Roman. He's the biggest star. Okay. And again, they have other good guys on the roster. Like, I'm glad LA Knight's going to get this run here and stuff like that. But, like, there's so many big guys over here on SmackDown. There's, like, too many. But they can't have half of those guys over here because if those guys were over here, they should be going for the world title, but they can't lose. They're going to Roman's winning everything.
Well, I wonder if the WWE is like, because they're running kind of a skeleton crew on Raw. The women's division, just got Stephanie and Becky Lynch back, but even that's still kind of a bare cupboard, so to speak. Outside of that, maybe they're thinking like we can't really affect the subscriber number on Netflix as much as we thought we could. So why don't we just go try to affect the ratings number over on SmackDown? Because that's more of a weekly like snapshot of what you're doing, and we can overload our show on a USA Network and make them happy. And Netflix seems to be. Maybe, I don't know. I'm wondering because even the women's division on SmackDown has Alexa, Charlotte, Jade, Tiffany, Chelsea, and I'm probably forgetting about a couple people. Like,
I got Tatum Paxley now.
Tatum Paxley debuted this week.
The big debut last week on SmackDown.
So,
what do you think of that?
I was leaning towards the Lyra stuff. I thought they'd run that back, maybe. Hey, an old friend, but it's not a bad spot for Tatum Paxley to be in with Charlotte and Alexa to be able to pick their brain and work her way into that storyline a little bit.
Especially if it leads to like somewhere down the line, like Tatum Paxley pulls out the dark side of Alexa Bliss or something like that, and they end up turning on Charlotte, or it could lead to something cool if. Creative wants to get creative.
Yeah, because it was a lot of fun when Charlotte and Alexa started teaming and they were both kind of apprehensive of each other. And it took months for Charlotte and Alexa to click, and now Charlotte has this new entity where it's like, am I just going to dive right into liking you, or am I going to be apprehensive about Alexa's new friend here? There's a new fun wrinkle there. So that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if it's just as simple as like WWE's like, we got the Netflix money. Netflix, by all accounts, seems to be happy with the Bloodline stuff. And we're going to go try to boost a rating over here. I don't know. I mean, because it's very loaded at the top. I mean, like I said, and I don't know about the United States title picture on SmackDown's a little lighter than the IC title picture on Raw. So maybe that's how they're trying to balance it out. I don't know. That's why I'm sitting here and I'm not in on those meetings. I don't know what they're thinking there, but it is incredibly one-sided. And you're right. You can't lose to Roman Reigns all the time.
No. I mean, first of all,
when is he going to lose this thing?
First of all, most of the guys over there already have lost to Roman Reigns multiple times.
Yeah.
So that's already happened. Literally every one of those guys.
We're in for another
1,300
days. He's not losing.
It's gonna be.
I don't even know if I would. I don't even know if I'd confidently pick Oba beating him.
Brother, I swear to God.
I'm telling you, I know it sounds crazy.
And again, not an anti-Roman thing at all.
No,
at all. But like, if they eventually, especially if it's at Mania or whatever, if they get to Oba and Roman and they have Roman beat Oba, brother, that
not enough adversity, brother.
Oh boy, that would be yikes. That would be yikes. But I don't know. Listen, Braun and Oba's going to rule. That's going to rule. I just think that both those, again, I've been saying it about Braun for a while now, but I feel like both those guys are on trajectories where currently I don't think either of them should be losing matches. And if they fight each other, one of them needs to lose some matches. And I just feel like the way that I look at it, I'm like, Braun Breaker should beat Oba because I think Braun needs a big win more than Oba.
Yeah, he does.
But I don't feel like Oba should lose because he just retired Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but see, now we're in that pattern with Oba that we are with Gunther, and it's like he's got to lose, right? He's gonna have to.
He has to, and
he's gonna have to take some losses somehow, some way, like.
He shouldn't be an untouchable guy. Like he should lose. Brock beat him once. Like he should lose a few times. But
yeah. And technically, he didn't retire Brock Lesnar. It wasn't a retirement match. Brock came out the next night and was like, I don't think I can take slams again after getting slammed by Oba, so I'm retiring. He came out on the McAfee show the next day. So he doesn't even really have the same rub that like Gunther got with Cena. No, it's like, but it's interesting. I'm intrigued on how they're going to play the Braun Breaker stuff. Like I said, we got to get Braun Breaker, I think, out of the vision.
Yes,
to truly do this, because like what'll happen is if he's still in the vision, you'll have Theory and Logan getting involved and making a mess of it. You don't want that.
I would agree.
He could do the whole like, I want to do this myself, guys. Don't come out ringside. But I just, you can't trust Logan Paul. I thought he was going to drop Austin Theory on Monday. I was sitting there waiting for it.
Yeah.
When he was like, making out with Maxine right in front of him. And I was like, just drop him right there.
Yeah.
Throw the belt at Logan Paul. Let's move on. It's not like they're defending those tag titles anyway.
They're not really. But I would think Logan still has a ways to go before he's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like,
Fernandez says, what about a double count out or double DQ or something?
Who does that help, though?
That's the thing, yeah.
That doesn't help either of them. So, I mean, and maybe that's why, and again, I'm very excited about this match. I'm very excited about these two guys. We, because I know you're aligned with, like, we are in agreement. We have been concerned, and maybe only one of us has been yelling, but we have been concerned about Braun Breaker for a while now, and what the hell they're doing with Braun Breaker. And again, Is it exciting that it looks like he's heading towards a one-on-one program with Oba? It is.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are clearly the future of the company. These two guys to me, and there's others, but these two guys are the two guys to me. And I think to a lot of people. Yeah. And I just feel like the way that you avoid, you just don't have to do it now. Just have them doing other cool things. But it feels like they're just like, all right, we'll just put them together. We'll do this now. And it's like, all right. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Old Adam Pierce got his hands full.
He does. And as far as your question of when Roman is going to lose that, he's going to lose it at WrestleMania in 2028.
Not 2027, in 2028.
No,
yeah.
2028. Because 2027 is in Saudi. I don't think. Again, if he's fighting Oba, if we get to that early, which is still 6 months too late, and as far as I'm concerned. But if we get to Oba and Roman at Mania, I would think Oba should win that.
Yeah.
But if we're doing Roman and somebody else at Mania, that motherfucker's holding it till the next Mania. Yeah. That's what's happening there. But look at Roman's going to be fighting on Raw. I thought we were never going to see Roman Reigns fight on Raw ever again.
Yeah, and a world championship match at that. I think.
Yep. I thought on Monday, Penta and Laredo Kid. I thought that was a good match. They're doing Psycho Clown and La Parka this weekend on AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of them tomorrow night on SmackDown?
Probably.
Is there a match tomorrow night?
Maybe.
Dragon, because then it's Dragon Lee versus Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah.
El Hijo.
And Dragon Lee coming off a win over Dominic Mysterio.
Well, we're going to talk about that too. And then the last one is, Ray Phoenix versus, I'm not going to remember the last guy's name. Damn it. But yeah. So here's the thing. On a Raw or a SmackDown next week or in a week and a half, we're going to get Penta versus Psycho Clown. All right? Think about that. It's going to be amazing. What? And then we're going to get Dragon Lee and Ray Phoenix, which will be good. El Fiscal. There it is. Might be. Sorry, dude. If you're watching,
I had to look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's going to be Psycho Clown and Penta, guys. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Tournament wrestling right now is just taking over.
We got tournament wrestling everywhere, PLUGGO.
Mm-hmm.
Because over on AEW, SmackDown's in Boston tomorrow night. It's in my neck.
I know you should go.
The ticket prices are not
cheap.
Bad. No, they're not. They're not cheap. Yeah. But I might. It's gonna be. Seems like it's gonna be a big show.
Yeah, it's a big good thing.
But yes, yeah. So over on AEW, we got the Continental Cup tournament going on. We had more matches on Dynamite. We have 3 matches coming up on Collision, and then we'll be done the first round and heading into the second blind draw for the quarters.
Yeah, and that's all on Those 3 matches are on Saturday.
Yes. So we have 5. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was talking to the In Your House guys on Sunday. They had me on, and we were talking tournament wrestling, and that was like one of the things I said. I said, with this kind of lull in the schedule right now for both shows, I mean, granted, AEW's got All In a couple of weeks, but why not have some wrestling matches with some stakes on it and put it on your TV show? Like, it's a good time to do it. Why not?
Yep, I agree. So we got the Continental Cup going on Dynamite last night. Jon Moxley advanced, and
shocker.
I know. Well, it was a great match, though. That was
a great match.
Again. I know. I said I thought Dynamite was a little bit of a letdown, a little bit of a stinker. They were still good. Like, the main event was really good with Jack Perry and Moxley. I thought the triple threat with Speedball, MJF, and Nick Wayne was my favorite thing on the show. I thought the vignette with Mercedes
Yeah.
Beating the crap out of Willow was awesome. So, like, there were good things on the show. What was the other? There was another cup match.
David Finlay and
That's right, and
Jay White. Yeah,
that match was okay. But Jay White won that one there. But yeah, I mean, how are you feeling about this Continental Cup?
Fine. Like I said, it's a fun little thing to throw in there. I mean, it is kind of confusing if you're like, well, there's the Continental Cup, then there's the Continental Classic, and then like, just is John Moxley still considered the Continental Champion, or is he just like who? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Would it if Jack Perry won yesterday? Is Jack Perry?
Yeah.
Is he the Continental Champion, or
no?
Is it just whoever makes the finals is
it
now
would
the
be
champ?
a guaranteed new champ.
So that I guess that little part of it, you kind of go like, yeah, maybe it's a little overkill, but I don't hate everybody that's in it. I think everybody that's in it is fun. I like the blind draw aspect of it, even though these random draws have been pretty favorable to the rivalries that we have already established in our company. So it's
you are not going to convince me that Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly.
See, even that one, because they're
magically got
even that one is because they're friends. I could be like, that makes okay, they got randomly selected, but like David Finlay and Jay White have been beefing for months. That one, I'm going.
And last night we talked about it last night on Dynamite Up. Last night the Death Riders cut a promo, and it started with Claudio, who is in the second round, who had advanced, saying, I'm going to destroy whoever. I don't care who it is. And you were like, it's going to be him and Moxley.
It's Moxley.
And it is. It is 100% going to be him versus Moxley in this next round. And they're going to tell us that was blindly drawn. And I'm going to go, okay, now it's pro wrestling. I will suspend my belief. But I know that's some bullshit.
Like we're splitting hairs here, but it's going to be fine. It'll be a fun little final to have it all in. Fernando said he enjoyed the show last night very much. Again, if you did, that's awesome.
Yeah,
there was just a lot of like,
and again, it wasn't
inconsequential things. It didn't move any storylines.
It really was just a filler. Like, don't get me wrong, and we found out MJF is the 2 guy in the Casino Gauntlet. So like, we got to some stuff. We advanced people in the tournament. Like, good. Like they did the back-to-back. Women's matches that just kind of felt odd, just the way everything kind of went down there. The matches were fine, especially the tag match I liked, but like you could have missed last night's show and you would not have missed anything that was super consequential to anything going on, period. And that's all. Now, and I get it. It's a weird, you just had basically a pay-per-view last Wednesday on free television that went 3 hours just with ridiculous matches.
With 3.5 hours.
Like, you just had that, so you're obviously not going to be that level of show. And it's 3 weeks away from your biggest show. You have a lot of matches set already. You're going to start gearing it up big time next week, and then the go-home show is going to be pedal to the metal. Like, it is that weird week where it's like, okay, like, we're not going to do anything too crazy because we still have 2 more weeks of shows, but we got to do, and it felt like that type of show.
Right.
It just felt like that type of show. That's all. Yeah.
You got Swerve came back.
Swerve came back.
Then there's all of the rumors and speculations are leading towards the New Day joining Swerve in the trios division for that match. Probably at All In, I would imagine they'll figure something out. So that was cool. Like I said, overall Dynamite was cool, but well, this Collision's shaping up to look pretty good though.
Collision is looking like it's going to be very good. I guess. Well, so Fightful just reported a half hour ago that Kofi has filed a trademark for Kofi, Sarkodie, Mensah, and KSM. So maybe he'll be going by KSM as kind of his potential name or whatever. Daybreak is the rumored name for the New Day. Now, I do want to, Swerve and New Day. So obviously they had that segment last night. They were interviewing the new trios champs, Hangman and Brodito, and Swerve comes out. He basically talks about how he has a past with all three of those guys, and they like kind of bonded with their trauma from him, and now they're champs and all this stuff. And then Ricochet comes out, and we have Ricochet in the Demand, and then we have what's the name? What's the Jay Lethal and Lethal Twist?
Yeah,
we had Lethal Twist out
yeah.
there as well. And Ricochet basically tells Swerve to piss off. He's like, yeah, get the stepping, buddy. All right. There's three of them. Everybody doesn't like you out here. There's three trios out here. Nobody likes you. Get the stepping. You're by yourself. Things will get bad for you. Get out. And Swerve leaves at first, and then he kind of calls him a bitch before he leaves and stuff like that. And like you said, this might seem like the slot at All In if we're getting a 3-way or a 4-way trios match to get a bunch of guys on the show. You're getting a 4-way trios match with Lethal Twist, the Demand, Hangman and Brodito defending the titles, and Swerve needs 2 friends.
Yeah.
And Daybreak, the New Day, Kofi and Xavier being those 2 guys makes a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with Swerve. They can lean into the heel stuff with Swerve, be a little sadistic even if they want to. Like, that seems like a really good spot. I do think they will be fast-tracked to, the Bucks stuff and the titles and things like that, as you would think.
Yeah.
But as a debut at a big show, that feels like that is definitely something that is potentially being set up right here by AEW for sure.
Yeah, you could do that. Then you could even do they could even show up at the end of the tag match.
I was going to say they could come back.
You could weave,
after,
you could weave them into the show all you want. Why wouldn't you?
Let's say they don't.
Hey,
let's see they show up and they lose that match. They're not one of them get pinned, but maybe somebody else gets pinned. So Swerve and them are kind of protected, but they get whatever.
Yeah.
They don't win that match. Okay, fine. You don't win your debut. I get it. But all right, fine. But then, like you say, the Young Bucks potentially win the tag titles from Cope and Christian later on in the night. And then the music hits again and we get the stare down. And that's the real reason they're here is this right here.
I'd be down with that.
That seems like that could work as well. So that is probably, I got goosebumps, bro. Thinking about that, to be honest with you.
Could do the Rock
I got goosebumps thinking about that right there.
What I got goosebumps from?
Solo?
Yeah, dude. Solo?
Fucking rules, man. Fucking. How do we not let that guy talk for a year? He didn't talk for a year and a half.
Yeah, I watched some interview he did today from a while back where he was like, yeah, they didn't let me talk, and then all of a sudden they let me talk. And he was nervous about it, but he's kind of a natural.
I mean,
he just found something that worked, man. We can, there's times throughout this Solo Sikoa main roster run where it hadn't hit, where it was kind of the MFT stuff, some of that weird stuff with the lantern, and then he broke off from the Bloodline and started his own thing, and but now he's kind of hit this groove of he's funny, he's charismatic. He plays off of the Usos and so well in the Bloodline, and that whole segment on Monday, you could see Jay was trying not to laugh.
Yeah, he was breaking.
He was, you guys okay back there? Nobody got shot.
All right, so let me tell you.
Oh man!
So first of all, Solo comes out and he's mocking the song. It's just me. He's mocking the song.
Yep.
And then he shows up, gets a massive pop. And I'll be honest, I've never really been a Solo hater. I think he was very they booked him very uninterestingly for a while.
Yeah.
But he was good in NXT. And he came up and he was kind of the silent assassin. But I thought Roman did him a favor because you always could tell that in the back of his mind, Roman would always kind of side-eye Solo, I don't trust, this guy's going to snap one day and he's going to take me. Roman kind of, I think, added to that very well. I knew he was funny. I did not think he would get this over as a babyface. He's doing great work. And yeah, Monday was incredible. Like you said, he starts off mocking the song, getting everybody laughing right out the jump. He cuts his little promo. Then Jey comes out. That reaction when Jey did "This Is Your Warning Shot," and he ducks, and he look, everybody all right up there? Anybody shot? That was hilarious. Rainmaker, happy birthday! Happy
birthday, babe!
Happy birthday!
It's Blair's birthday today. He's a ripe old age of 22.
Wow, that's pretty good. He looks good. Looks good for.
He does look good.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Blair's the only person I've ever gone tarps off on a show for.
There we go. That's a certain level of bond. Right.
Yeah, he did it. Somebody was like, "You got to do it too." So I went, "Yeah." But happy birthday, buddy! I hope you're taking your tarp off today in celebration.
Hell yeah! Hopefully the day was wonderful for you. Happy birthday! I did see all that chatter in the Slack while I was slaving away at work.
Three-legged racing.
I didn't do that shit. I'm too old for that. I'm not limbo.
It is Blair's birthday, and if you want more from the Grainmaker, his podcast is up right now on all available podcast platforms. He just interviewed Alpha So. He does that a lot on Saturdays, where he'll weave in all of it.
They don't call him Pluggo for a reason, folks.
Yeah, so go give him a birthday follow.
Hell yeah,
you should.
Hell yeah,
we'll be him and I will be here Saturday chatting about Homecoming.
That's looking like it's going to be all right.
Yeah, it'll be GCW Homecoming. It'll be a nice old time. So
yeah.
Tune in. Zilla. Oh yeah, we got to talk Zilla. We'll talk Zilla here in a second, Fernando. We almost forgot about the biggest news of the week. And it's funny, Blair's in the chat because we were big Zilla guys in the independent scene, and now we met Zilla.
You and I met
a couple years. Yeah,
he was having a good time that day.
Oh, he was having a great time.
He was having a good time that day.
And even a few libations, as Cody Rhodes likes to say. But.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, the solo Sikoa thing, and then on top of it, right? So now we have this situation where he's killing it as this baby face. Everybody's liking the style, everybody's digging it, they're getting behind it, and then they just decide, well, if Jey Uso beats you on Monday, you're going to be handed back to the tribal chief, and you have to rejoin the family.
Yep.
And Solo's like, well, if I win, you have to leave me the hell alone. And we all know what happens when that happens. So I'm intrigued now. What's going to happen Monday? Is Solo just going to go back to the Bloodline? Because inevitably that's where this is ending up, right? Which is unfortunate because he's found this new voice, this new character, this swagger about him that people seem to dig. And if he ends up back in the Bloodline, I'm sure he'll be entertaining, but he's not going to be Solo Dolo no more. He'd be behind Fatu and the Usos and
easily
get lost kind of in the shuffle unless he's going to be, I'm trying to think of a good example of like he's forced to be in the family, but he's just a freaking nuisance.
That would be fun.
But at the same time, like, okay, then he's just gonna.
But wouldn't Roman just immediately pull his tribal chief bullshit and be like, cut the shit?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what we're getting into next week on Raw with Solo, but
yeah,
if this is the end of the babyface fun Solo run, it was been an honor and a privilege to watch it transpire over the last few.
No, you absolutely cannot end with this over as it's gotten so quickly and so you cannot. You have to ride this like no way.
Yeah, so
I don't know how they do it though. Does LA Knight come help him?
He didn't help him on Monday. So I don't know. How do you help him not be? He agreed to a stipulation that he had to rejoin the family.
Yeah.
Or that Jey was going to bring him to the tribal chief. And then, but the weird part about all that too is Fatu wasn't like exactly thrilled about it.
No, he doesn't want him in there.
He was was like, you didn't listen to us. You kind of did your own thing here.
Mm-hmm.
So does Roman even want Solo back in the fam? That's the other wrinkle to this too. Cause the way Fatu made it sound was that Jey did this all on his own. This was a Jey
which,
play.
from what we know about Jey Uso, wouldn't be something out of the realm of possibility.
Exactly, because he's a wild card and he's very emotional. So does Roman even want Solo? Which
that would be a way to get out of it if Roman is like pissed next week and is like, you didn't consult me with this. I'm done with Solo. Like, I don't want this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm done with Solo. And that would be a good way for Solo to kind of get out of it.
Yeah.
And then kind of keep on this trajectory of where he's going, because he's clearly got something going good here.
But then it does kind of put a little bit of it takes a little luster off for me, because it's like Solo, if Roman doesn't want you saying you're not going to join the family kind of doesn't hit the same, right? Because it's like Roman's like, well, I didn't want you anyway, so it doesn't matter what you say. I don't know. I'm interested on where we ended up Monday, because like I said, I don't think any of us had on our bingo card outside of our boy Muscle Man Malcolm. Shout out to him. He's a big Solo guy. I actually wanted to see if he wanted to come on and gloat about how awesome Solo was today. He's busy, but he did send his best. That he would be this much of a star babyface over, because it was rough. It was tough sledding for a little while. And now we're here. We've got it. We've hit this. They need to figure out a way to adapt it. I almost don't know why they would have put that stipulation on that match on Monday. I'm surprised they stuck through it, considering like I said, that was an all-time Solo promo.
Oh yeah.
That was the most fun thing that happened on Monday night was that, and everything else was kind of like, and then when he loses at the end, you're just like,
damn. Like I thought he was gonna win.
Sneaks out a win. Because even that's a great point. If he sneaks out a win over the Jey Uso independently calls this play, right? So that's another way you could have extended this. Jey Uso independently calls the play. Fatu and Roman are pissed that you called a play on your own and you lost. You made the bloodline look bad. Now Fatu has to come in and clean up your mess.
Yep.
Then you could at least extend this to Sunday night's main event if you wanted to do it. That would have been an interesting way to like, well, now I'll take care of it. I'll make sure he's where he needs to be, and then. But for some reason, and I don't know why, Roman doesn't really shit on Jey for all of this wild card shit that he does.
Nope.
He lets Fatu kind of get mad at him, but Fatu's been mad at Jey Uso since day one.
Yes.
He's been mad at him since he started in the company, so it's not like a new thing. So I'm surprised Roman isn't more vocal about like, hey, you can't be coming out here on Monday night just
doing whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, doing whatever you want. Like, I'm the man. You got to run that shit by me.
Yeah.
So that could have been a fun, interesting way to go about it. But we'll see. I'm interested to see what happens Monday. I will be tuning in with bated going, I got to know how they get out of this or how they integrate him back into the bloodline.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. 100%. It is the most intriguing thing going into next week's Raw is I need to know, because I feel like, Solo should just kind of be on his trajectory, kind of becoming a solo star. And because this is really working. Clearly, that promo was, like you said, that was the best we've seen of him on the mic, and that crowd was eating it up.
Oh yeah,
eating it up, and you got to ride with that, man.
The pop he got at SummerSlam when he did the running back with Jay's music, like mid-match, and he's doing all that, like trolling the bloodline for better or worse gets you over. So I'd hate to see them shy away from it, but unless Roman wants to be like, well, Solo, you're back in the family, but we need somebody down in NXT to mentor our newest bloodline prospect, Zilla Fatu.
Well, that did happen on Tuesday.
It did happen on Tuesday.
Well, we had ourselves a main event going on.
I didn't watch NXT on Tuesday. I don't know what. I fell asleep.
Let me tell you.
And I woke up.
Very much so. Like the rest of the wrestling this week. You did not miss much.
Except for this.
Except for this.
Yeah, so I woke up. I rewatched it on Wednesday when I got off work because it's now, which I didn't know. Which, if you didn't know this, the CW is now part of the Disney Plus ESPN Sports Package app, so I don't have to worry about like watching it on an antenna anymore. And if I miss it, I can circle back. So yeah, most of NXT was missable, but I woke up to Zilla Fatu. And I even tweeted something out to the effect of like when Tony D won the NXT championship, it was a bare cupboard at the top. I mean, he had Joe Hendry for a match or two, and then he was on the main roster. Ricky went up. It was just bare for Tony D. And now he's got Naraku. He's got Grayson Waller. He's got Cruz Montana. And now Zilla Fatu like immediately said, I'm coming for that. And that's what I want. And then you got Will Cruz if you want to pull the trigger on him. Man, Tony D's got his work cut out for him. But Zilla's here. How long do you think it will take before Zilla Fatu is part of the Bloodline storyline up on the main roster? He just debuted on Tuesday. He has not wrestled a match in WWE yet.
War Games.
So
I think that would be the
November.
Earliest. I wouldn't say that I would bank on that being the time, but I could see that being the earliest.
Okay.
That it could happen.
Because immediately that's what everybody was like, well, he's gonna end up in the storyline sooner or later.
I mean, for sure. Obviously, you don't bring in a guy on the Bloodline.
And they called him Zilla Fatu on TV,
which tells again, I feel like if you're in that family, especially a Fatu, Jacob Fatu kept his name. Zilla's clearly keeping his name. It's because the Bloodline it's just a different story. Like it's just different, and they're gonna let him keep his. I mean, now do I think he's good? He's very good. He's young. He's good. Yeah. I think when you heard people have concerns or say whatever, it wasn't because of his talent. It was more because of attitude situations. I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah, usually when there was like negative Zilla press, it was something, and you could chalk it up to him being young. You could chalk it up to being just immature if you wanted to. I mean, he does come from a wrestling family that you would think that they would be able to be like, you kind of have to avoid those things. But in terms of his in-ring, like he's fine. He's still a little green, but I mean, he can learn the NXT way, learn the system, and it not be long before they just put him with, somebody. I would imagine the Bloodline. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know if you go Solo's route, but he's finally here. Finally here, and I'm excited to see what he's got in store. I mean, yeah, I can't imagine he's long for NXT. I would feel not. Again, come in for a few months, learn our systems, learn kind of how we do things, because who was it that I can't remember. There was somebody that did that not too long ago where it was just like a very short run in NXT, but they came from somewhere else, like in AEW. Jordan Grace did it.
Yeah,
That's
Jordan
not really
Grace
being used a ton, but
Jordan Grace is getting banned from Cage Match. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. What the hell was that about? No.
This week, Jordan Grace.
What? From Cage Match?
Jordan Grace went on Cage Match. Cage Match. It's the database where they have the matches. And she started spamming 1-star reviews to all of her like enemies or her rivals. And Cage Match flagged her account and was like, "We can't. If you you can't be doing this." That is some next level hater shit, and I love it. I love it. She's just like, what? I could just see her just sitting there going, Blake Monroe, 1-star.
Clicking. Speaking of Blake Monroe, you get Fox News on you, bro. That's not good, that's not good to a lot of people.
I was gonna say war, famine, presidential elections, Pluggo's interview.
You go on the Fox News page. It's like Trump this, Trump that, blah blah blah. Oh, war,
apparently,
oil, Groceries. Blake Monroe wants to wrestle Jennifer Lawrence.
I will say there was one publication that picked up my interview with Blake Monroe, but credited TMZ for the interview. So.
What? Horse shit. Call him out.
No, it's okay. Maybe I work for TMZ now. I don't know.
No, you call him out right now. We're calling him out.
I don't even know who it is. I'd have to look it up.
Son of a bee.
But no, it was funny. Yeah. So like we dropped all the interviews yesterday, and I woke up this morning and I saw like a couple like random like, oh, Little Uzi Vert, because that was Javon Evans's.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then like the Blake Monroe one started to make some rounds. Even Ella wrote one up for me in the Men's Journal, which was really cool. She sent me. And then all of a sudden I'm like scrolling and I'm like, Fox News, what? And I click on it. It's like, holy shit. Yeah. Fox News has a wrestling section now. Listen.
Do they in total?
I don't know. I didn't really look through the website. I guess I should, but I don't pay attention to, I'm a terrible adult. I don't pay attention to the news. I don't
either.
You know how many times I've probably been on the Fox News website in my lifetime? It was once. It was this morning. Because I just don't, that's just not my thing. But yeah, you just see Jordan Grace being like, Woodstar, Jade Cargill, Woodstar, just like crushing. And I'm just thought that was very funny.
Your boy Riley Leonard just threw a pick.
Did he? Who's he even playing for these days?
He's the backup for the Colts.
That's right. He's still in the Colts. Okay. Yeah, because they have Daniel Jones, Riley Leonard, and Anthony Richardson.
What a trio. What a trio. Anthony Richardson's like, trade my ass. And they're like, well, trust me, if we could, we would. Nobody wants your ass.
I actually ran into our buddy Culp from Culp Sports Corner this morning. And I was talking to him, and he was like, he's very high in the Colts. And I go, who do they got that's good? And he's like, well, Daniel Jones. And I was like, that's not a good start. But
not a good. Well, I mean, look at he was playing well last year, but I knew what was happening. But they got rid of Pittman, right? He's a Pittsburgh Steeler now.
Yeah. But
they don't really have like.
Yeah.
They
don't have nobody of the caliber of Zilla man, the Zilla Fatu man.
No. I mean, who does? Very rare. And then I saw he was on Chris Van Vliet. Zilla.
Was he? Is it recent? I saw a lot of Zilla stuff popping up, which I don't know if it's recent or not for a lot of them, but like he's here. He's here. The Fatu name lives on. Is there anybody in that family that hasn't made it? I'm talking like that actually tried to be a wrestler and then just like, you know what I'm saying? Like that they just keep
it's just they're just good at it.
But I mean, is there like
what else to say? I mean,
there's some random
how much proof is in the pudding? I mean, they're just
like Bradley Fatu just like gifted. Couldn't make it
Bradley.
Or like Easton Fatu just didn't have what it took.
Bradley.
There's got to be one random Fatu that's just like wrestling's
Bradley Fatu. The most white fucking name to ever exist on Earth. Bradley. You come bringing. Jesus Christ.
Remember the scene in Wedding Crashers when he like
one of the great comedies
Steve
ever made.
the painter, like what's his name? The kid.
What?
Who's like the kid who's
Tummy
like the
Sticks.
Yeah, Tummy Sticks, whatever his name is. I can't remember. But there's just one random Fatu that's like, I don't care, Dad. I don't want to be a wrestler.
And then Christopher Walken just goes, he just does that one thing.
And then Rikishi's just like, Bradley, could you just please try? Could you go outside and try to wrestle with your brothers? And he's just like, I want to be a painter, Dad.
You got me in the trenches taking grenades, John. I mean, to the trenches taking grenades, John. Hope you flip your bike over. Hope you flip over your handlebars on your bike.
They're just saying there's just one outlier Fatu that's just like, I'm not doing this, Dad.
Yeah. How was your night? How was my night?
I had my sock that I was playing football in all day.
All day. Shoved in my mouth. Maybe it was the midnight rape or the nude gay art show that happened in my room. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Oh my God. That's a classic. I have to watch that again.
So good. Vince Vaughn's performance. See,
Vince Vaughn went on a run.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. It was a Hall of Fame run. That performance by Vince Vaughn in that movie is an all-time like comedy. Like he should have been like. This is why I feel like comedies. You don't want to nominate him for Best Picture, Academy Awards, fine, but you can't sit there and tell me that Vince Vaughn's performance in Wedding Crashers wasn't worthy of being nominated for an award.
None of those comedies.
It was unbelievable.
Like that.
The only comedies that do are like the art. It's still good movies, but like the artsy ones, Little Miss Sunshine.
Like, and I'm not taking
like
shots here.
Like the Wes Anderson movies get nominated because they're funny and they're great movies, but like straight up kind of like crude humor ish.
Shit, they should have an artsy comedy and just raunchy comedy, but
like,
they don't make apparently Super Troopers 3 is leaning back into the R-rated raunchy comedy. From what I read. I haven't seen it yet, but
well, those guys are New England boys. Those guys are New England boys. So I'm a Club Dread guy though. I like Club Dread.
Fair enough.
That's my favorite of the bunch. Although Beer Fest is
Beer
also
Fest. Hell yeah.
Incredible.
Hell yeah.
But
cheeky bastards. We're not that drunk.
The first Super Troop, I liked both, but the first Super Troopers when it first
came
out was
goated.
Like, oh my god!
The best line for Beer Fest is like HJ, BJ, ZJ. What's a ZJ? If you gotta ask my man, you can't afford it.
You can't afford it. Can't afford it.
What's a ZJ?
Yeah. Bill Paxton, God rest his soul, is in Club Dread. He plays like a Jimmy Buffett-esque character.
Yeah.
Have you seen Club Dread?
I have, but I don't remember a ton of it because I've only seen it. I think I only saw it the one time, and it was okay.
I feel like it's the movie of theirs that gets talked about the least, and I feel like it.
You know what?
It should be
the Slam and Salmon.
With Michael Clark Duncan, right? That was one of his last movies.
Yeah. He was the owner of the.
He was the owner of the restaurant or something.
Yeah, the boxer owner guy.
Yeah. That one wasn't bad. Yeah, they made funny
Sullivan
movies.
said the first Super Troopers is next level.
It's unbelievable. Sure. It's unbelievable. And then Bill Paxton basically plays a Jimmy Buffett-esque character, and every year he rents an island, and people go for like a vacation. Like younger people go and party basically all weekend in the island, and there's a killer on the island. But it's like a funny comedy. So it's like a funny horror. There's like horror aspects and a couple murders and some gruesomeness, but it's funny, which I like. The comedy horror, like Shaun of the Dead, that's my style. All right, I like horror in general.
Shaun of the Dead's a good one. I've never seen Dawn of the Dead, but I've seen
no.
I've never
Come on now. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead's really good. We got to go to the Winchester.
The Winchester.
All right.
And then
why do we have to go to Liz's? Because I got to make sure she's all right. But she dumped you. Yeah, but I got to make sure she's all right. But why? Because I love her. All right, gay.
Oh.
What a time.
What a time.
What a time. This will all blow over. We'll just go to the Winchester until it all blows over. You got red on you.
No.
That's another they're more of a duo, but that's another duo that makes good movies because they had that. What was the one
Hot
where they
Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz is great.
And
then they had the one where they went to all the bars, like they relived like their last. There was the one after Hot Fuzz. It was called like the something mile or something. I don't know.
I know.
Something Quest, but those guys are good too. But anyway,
speaking of NXT, we would be remiss to not say shout out to Zoe Sager.
Listen.
For getting some NXT dark matches under her belt. Hell yeah, Zoe.
Uh-huh.
We may not have appreciated her tactics here in LPW, but she's one of the good ones, man. So that's going to be awesome. I hope nothing but the best for her.
I have a feeling she is going to be that is going to work out. I have a feeling that is going to work out.
She got rid of those white shirt William Taylor and Nasty Nate Nixon, and the sky's the limit.
Let's not start talking about it. Listen, we don't need any trouble around here.
Oh, they ain't trouble.
We don't need any trouble.
They ain't trouble.
We don't need any trouble.
We don't need it, but they're not going to be trouble. They fear us, dude.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Whatever stack of money Thaddeus Archer gave them at LPW 50 was way too much money for those guys. I'll tell you that.
I don't disagree.
Speaking of trouble, I talked to Rich King for LPW 51. He yelled at me.
Did he?
Yeah. Are you shocked?
No.
Okay.
No. We spent a lot of time on these airwaves with Rich King yelling at us.
Yeah.
And then we became friends for a while, but he's gone back. He's fallen back to his angry ways, it feels. But we got a big lumberjack match at LPW 51 with him and our pal Larry.
No, it's the last man standing.
That's right. Last man. That was the last one. Yeah. So what, that's not, and then listen, we haven't talked about it. I know we don't always get to LPW matters on this show. He's on the graphic.
Maz the specialist.
Let me tell you. The Short Kings are friends of the show, or they were friends of the show. Not ideal. What'd you think of Mars and his actions?
I'll say this. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
Wow.
Mars needed something. I think Mars needed
But to do that is, come on, that's not what
a
good thing to do.
I know, but it's a statement. Look at it. He made the picture. He's on the picture. He's on the graphic for this month. He's getting a title opportunity out of the deal. I'm not saying that I love it, but I understand it. As a guy that kind of like, I'm not.
So I should be watching behind my back, is what you're saying?
Not for me. I don't have any goals or aspirations in life.
Wow. Well, you heard it here, folks. PLUGGO has nothing to live for.
You ain't gotta worry about me cracking you in the back with a chair or something.
Are you sure? Because you're just apparently you like that kind of thing in your
No, I'm just saying for Mars, I would I have gone about it differently, maybe, but at the same time, like it could have been easy to kind of get lost in the LPW shuffle right now because it's a very competitive environment. There's a lot going on. He had to make a statement. You gotta sometimes make us, and we've seen in LPW history over 50 shows of the main roster show. Not these type of actions get rewarded, get results. Like you can take that up with management if you want, but you gotta make it. You gotta stand out some way, and it usually reaps the benefit of a championship opportunity. So you can't argue the result. You can argue how we got there. What did you want him to do?
Not attack his best friend?
Well,
I mean, you want to go after the world title, by all means. By all means. I'm okay with that. I have no problem with you trying to go win the world title. I don't think you need to be attacking your best friend in the way and manner that you did so. That they were more than best friends. They were brothers. They were the Short King. Like they were.
Yeah.
That is not how you do business around here, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, got him a title opportunity. What's Reed doing?
Okay, but I think he could have got a title opportunity, maybe doing it a different way.
Maybe. Listen, I know you're worried, but I'm not attacking you, brother.
He got not only a title opportunity, he won the damn title before doing it the right way.
I agree, but what has happened since? The landscape has changed. The landscape has certainly changed.
Listen, and again,
we should have him on and talk about it.
Well, you might see. That's what I'm saying. You defending LeBron James a month ago. What the hell? Then you get this. What the hell?
I defended Lyra Valkyria last week.
I love Lyra though. I'm okay. I'm okay with you doing that. I love Lyra.
Maybe I'm in my heel era. I don't know, but no, I just
worried.
I'm not. You shouldn't be worried. I will. Speaking of Bailey, she's making the rounds this week again. I didn't see the video that apparently turned some heads the wrong way in WWE.
It's fine.
Is she leaving?
I don't think that's true. First of all,
is she going to WWE or AEW? If you had to guess right now, would you put? Do you think it's happening? Rumor and speculation is that there's a contract on Bayley's desk right now. She just has not signed it to come back
But I
to
also
WWE.
think she's under contract for a decent amount. Like I think she's under contract for a little bit more than just like I think it goes later, like through.
But why not have her on TV to? Because Lyra was mentioning Bayley in these promos a couple of weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't this past week. Lyra's finally moved on to. Looks like Sol Ruka might be in her eyesight there. But Bayley's in the wind here.
If I had to guess, I would say it's one of those things where the contract is on, like, hey, we would like to re-sign you, and Bayley's thinking about it or looking at her options or doing whatever. And I think they're probably at a point now where, okay, well, we're not going to put you in anything substantial or do. Now, again, if she's under contract for 6 more months, you're stupid if you're not using Bayley. You are not a smart person.
Yeah.
Or at least you're not. That's not good business to me. However, I wouldn't be shocked if it's like, all right, well, once you resign, we'll use you, but we're not going to kind of give you any TV time if we're up in the air about whether you're going to be here or not.
Auntie said, I need her at AEW too. Auntie, shut up,
I would like it. Look, if you're asking me, yeah, go ahead. No, you finish.
I was gonna say I didn't even get a chance to mention how gracious you guys were on Coast to Coast to have this Midwestern on Sunday. Thanks for having me. That was fun. Had a good time.
It was a good time.
When is her contract? I'm looking it up. It says at the end of 2020.
End of the year. End of the year.
Through the year. And if she rides out her contract, she doesn't have to do a 90-day non-compete because it's just her contract ending. So then she could do, Coast to Coast. Check it out. Fightful Sundays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Auntie Collins and JPJ over there.
That's me.
Do that, or
it's a good time.
But so we say end of 2026. So they just shelve her. I brought it up
again. I don't think that's smart because there's still 4 more months. Utilize her. I think it's dumb if you don't. But we've seen it happen before. But if you're asking me right now, I would lean that if she goes to AEW,
just in your heart of hearts, like
I want her and Mercedes either together or
but
fighting.
Do you think it's going to happen? Like, if you just do you see January 27? Pamela Martinez is all elite.
It feels like that's where we're heading. It does. Okay. Why though? I have no idea. To me, that's another one. Same thing with New Day. Like that's another no-brainer to me. Of like, why wouldn't you just want this person working for your company for the rest of time?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's a perfect segue to my thought process. The way they did Sheamus, the way they did the New Day. The rumors and speculation of the people that took contract reductions to stay.
Yeah.
Bayley, for better or for worse, is a veteran in the locker. She's not one of the younger up and coming women on the roster. Maybe they think like, oh, we've kind of done everything we could do with Bayley. We just want to use you to put over younger talent. Which, exactly. And I'm not saying that that's what I think of Bayley, because you and I both are very pro Bayley. We're very high on her. We're very high on what she's done in the company. She's fantastic, but maybe they don't see her that way, and maybe she still sees herself that way and goes, hey, I can go have and who knows, like this Loudstone thing that she's been doing, you're seeing her interact with wrestlers from all different companies all across the world. Maybe she's thinking in the same vein of Mercedes when Mercedes left and said, hey, I want to go wrestle here, and here. And I want to have these matches, and I want to make the women's wrestling picture bigger and better, which you can hate on Mercedes Moné all you want. She did that. She belt collected. She wrestled in every company, every country. She lifted up the women's wrestling space. She started to know names of women's wrestlers across the world. And maybe Bayley's like, I'd like to do that too before I call it a day and before my best years are behind me. Like, and I wouldn't fault her for it. And if AEW is the place that'll allow her to do that, like, cool. because we do talk about, like, you know, Motor City Machine Guns was brought up this week as like, hey, they debuted and they haven't done anything with them, but they could still go do other things that they want to do too, right? They're not contractually stuck with one company and one company only. So if Motor City Machine Guns isn't getting a run on AEW, they can go do whatever indie they want to do as long as they get it cleared. So maybe that flexibility is something that Pamela Martinez, as Fernando said, is looking forward to it.
Maybe. I would think she would not go by her real name. But
I'm sure. She's not going by Bailey though.
No. Yeah, look at if you want my dream scenario, I know everybody's itching for her and Mercedes to fight. Like they had Mercedes put up the graphic to troll people and stuff like that. If she goes to AEW, I want her and Mercedes being the bullies. I want them together, not even be tag team champions. I mean, you could do that, obviously, but I want them together bullying the AEW women's roster. Like that's what I want. That would be.
Speaking of women's tag, I'm low key
ready to go.
Yeah. I'm low key disappointed I didn't buy the Divide Dominion hockey jersey yesterday because my size sold out. But it is all white, and I was like, I'd rather it be the red.
I'm telling you, I said it on Dynamite Up last night. AEW, and I get it, their heels.
Yeah.
But AEW should be making those jerseys in the if you go in a hockey town, because when you, again, as a sports fan, as a hockey fan, I look at that jersey and I go, Detroit Red Wings. It's just a Detroit Red Wings jersey,
and they're not
it's theirs, but
they're not numbered, and they're not numbered like they were the ones they were wearing with the cross and the bane. Like, put the numbers on the back of the bitches. I'll pay extra.
If you're coming to Boston for a Dynamite, you should have that You should have that jersey available in black and gold. 100%.
People would.
It should be in black and gold, like the Bruins.
And then Bailey and Mercedes will come in and steal their tag team titles.
Yep. But like when they are going to hockey towns, they should be printing up a couple hundred or whatever you want to do of that hockey team's colors in that, because people will buy 1 million of them. That's how I feel.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
But Andy does bring up a good point. She says there are rumors that they might add on injury time as well, because she obviously did miss some time with injuries.
I don't think they're going to let her just walk out the door.
I agree.
Right? I don't think that this is a person that you just go. Listen, and I believe in my heart of hearts that WWE is going to try everything they can to keep Bailey, because she is valuable. She does have a veteran presence in a locker room full of younger talent. She does all of the media runs. She does all of the charities. She's a very valuable member to their team. I get it. But
it's even past that too. Like, do you know how good of a trainer she could be if she wants to?
Yeah.
Producer, agent. She is. That's how I look at it. I look at it like, she still has prime years left to go in the ring as a top superstar for you. But even after that, how much time she already was in NXT, you see what she does for like women wrestlers now with her, the things she does. Like, that is somebody you want teaching the young people in your company past her in ring time. Like, that is somebody you know,
so
and apparently they are, but if they're not giving her what, it's just,
I think it's for her probably. And again, I'm speaking on her behalf, not on her behalf, just that if it was me, she's probably thinking like, okay, I signed this contract. This will probably be
my last contract.
Maybe not my last one, but like the last chance to like cash in, right?
Yeah.
You kind of, if you want to do it in the sports analogy sense, like AEW will pay her. She'll get to have more creative freedom in AEW than she does in WWE, which I'm sure she has a say in a lot of things in WWE, but she can do whatever she wants. Like I said, she could wrestle whoever she wants. She can go. It's up to her if she wants to keep that. Who knows, man? It's tough. I know she sounds like a lifer because she was a fan. There's no lifer anymore.
No, I think that is what has become true.
Like at the end of the day, right? The New Day is a good example. They're rumored and speculated to show up in AEW. Are you telling me when that AEW contract inevitably ends, if they realize that one worked or didn't work, WWE wouldn't bring them back? Oh, the WWE wanted to keep him, but they didn't want to take a pay cut, and they didn't need to take a pay cut, rightfully so. So yeah, I'm sure Triple H would call them in a couple years and be like, "Hey, you get it out of your system. Do you have your fun? Come on back." And they'll bring it back. Same with Bayley. Same with Mercedes Moné. At the end of the day, if she they wanted her to WWE wanted her to be there. Like, we could go down the list of the AEW talent that the WWE, they wanted Okada. I'm sure they still would take Okada. They wanted Ospreay. I'm sure even with all the shit that was said at some point, they would throw Ospreay a contract.
For
Omega and the Young Bucks, they wanted them too. Like, I think wrestling fans forget that the WWE, like, they think they could make $1 off of you. A lot could be forgiven. CM Punk came back. The Ultimate Warrior came back. Hulk Hogan came back. There's no fun in the WWE, plug. Oh, there's fun. There's fun stuff in the WWE. Do you mean like
I think Solo's fun. I think Solo's a lot of fun right now.
Pew, pew, pew.
Even though I think it's becoming a little bit too much, but I still think Danhausen, with the exception of one terrible segment, I think Danhausen has been fun.
Which segment might that be?
You know, the one with the piece of shit involved, not Dominic Mysterio. Or Danhausen, or JD McDonough, or Joe Hendry.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to say there's no fun in the WWE. If you're talking from a wrestler standpoint, it's more they have more say over what you do in WWE. Like, they're very control, especially if you're like on the younger side and you're newer to the roster. Like Braun Breaker, he does not have carte blanche to walk in and go, I'm not doing that tonight, right? Even Danhausen, who's printing the money right now, he probably has to do the things that they're asking him to do because he's new. But like CM Punk or Cody Rhodes, they got a little bit more free. Roman Reigns, he got a little bit more freedom to say, hey, I'm not doing that. That doesn't work for me. But when you go to, like, you know, AEW, you have a little bit more leeway to say, this is the character I want to run. This is how I'm going to do it, for better or worse. And then, like I said, you can have an indie run as well. So it's not that they're not fun. It's just that it's different companies. It's just how they operate. Listen, we're talking about WWE, who prints money, billionaire. Didn't you see that they made like $1 billion or something in revenue? TKO did.
I mean, yeah,
620 million of that was WWE. So
when you charge the highest prices you've ever charged, and are on 15 different apps that people need to pay money for, and all this, I mean, it's what's going to happen, man. It's what's going to happen.
So that's what I'm saying. It's working for them. They're making money, but
for sure.
But at the end of the day, we'll see. We'll see what happens to Bayley. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. As fans.
I mean, yeah. Listen, regardless of where, I just want to see Bayley Pam on my TV screen. She's one of my all-time favorites. She is my favorite. She is the GOAT women's, just to me. I would like to see her in the ring and on my TV screen, whether it's there, here, anywhere. And I think if they have her under contract for 4 more months, I think it's practice not to have someone like that being utilized or putting people, whatever you want to do. Bayley seems like a company person to me. So I feel like if they were like, hey, if you're not going to re-sign, like, obviously, we want you here, but like, we would like you to put, they should put Lyra over. We would like you to put Sol Ruka over. She has already, but you know what I mean? Like, we would like you to, and I think Bayley has always kind of struck me as a company gal. So I feel like she would do good business. Might not like it, but she'd do it.
Yeah, she's not gonna
walk. She doesn't strike me
as the walkout type, like
Mercedes. That's at least the vibe I get. It's at least the vibe I get, that she seems like she's more of a company, like, I'm going to do right by my I don't think she would. Yeah. But
Scott said that the WWE is the reason TKO is in debt. The reason that TKO is in debt is because they purchased the WWE.
Correct.
It's not that the WWE is tanking.
The WWE is making them a lot of money.
Is making their money back. And I got to be honest with you, and I don't know if this is a hot take or anything, but when I watch WWE products and TKO promotes all their other stuff, I've never watched a single minute of any of that.
No.
I don't know I didn't know who that Ryan Garcia guy was when he was, and that, so like once I found out, I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
you know, like not great, but I didn't know who, because I don't pay attention to any of that. You think I like my lane is like I watch what I watch,
yeah,
and I do wrestling content, and I watch what I watch, and that's it. Like I don't branch out very often.
I don't either. I'm
the
very much that
matchup
same way.
Pam could have at AEW. Oh my god, yeah, the matches she could have there. I mean, you've got, like you said, Toni Storm when she ultimately returns could be a fun match. Mercedes is there. Tekla and Bailey would be dope. Statlander, Maya World,
Athena,
yeah. There's a lot of fun possibilities if that were to open up. But again, I think at the end of the day, it falls on the shoulders of Bailey, and whatever she decides she wants to do, we'll support her.
Oh, of course. I mean, she's the best.
We're gonna support her because she's one of the goats. But you know, she's I think she's number 2 for me because I think it's Becky Lynch, Bailey for me. I'm still Becky Lynch, still my favorite, but it's close.
Well,
it's close.
Becky Lynch is just heading right for Liv. Well, it looks like Becky and Stephanie are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna fight first.
They're gonna fight. Which I am. Yep, I'm okay with that. You know, tomorrow night I think it's the dark match, but tomorrow night Obafemi and Cody Rhodes are getting a world tag team title match.
Oh yeah, against Priest and Priest and Truth.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let them win it.
Yeah.
Oba and Cody as tag champs. Who wouldn't want to see that?
Oba's not even on SmackDown.
I don't give a shit. That's how you keep him away from Braun Breaker for a while.
Not even on SmackDown. Him and Cody just randomly become tag champs.
Just
go, what?
It's some dark match. That'd be great.
Listen, I have been to
that
Boston
hasn't
shows.
happened. It hasn't happened.
I have
in
been
a
to
while.
Boston shows where they have not been televised or they've been dark matches and crazy shit has happened.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they haven't done it in a long time, but there was like one time in the '90s they used to like every once in a while they do.
Diesel won the world title on a house show in Madison Square
They
Garden.
would do some random shit to try to promote you to go to the house shows, and you
they're
watching
fighting Braun in Theory. That's right. They're not fighting.
Oh, well, even better.
So it's the Raw titles on SmackDown tomorrow night in Boston, but I don't think it's on SmackDown. I think it's the dark match after the show.
Dude, you got to go so you can do the strut cam.
The strut cam? They're not going to show. It's not going to be on TV,
you haven't been to okay, so you haven't been to a WWE event.
I've been to NXT with Ober. I've not been to main roster.
So what they do now in between segments or during commercial breaks is every once in a while in the arena they'll throw the strut cam on and have the fans will just and you try to get on the strut cam.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've never made it to the strut cam, but
I obviously would. I obviously would. They would be like, we got to show this guy.
Yeah, they'd be like, this is killing it, dude. We know this dude's a killer.
They got Santa out there doing the fucking strut, bro.
Hey, why don't you start going to wrestling events dressed as Santa? You could be a wrestling Santa.
Because I'm an adult.
Are you saying Santa's not an adult?
He is, but listen. I respect Santa. I want a goal
hot
in
take
life,
coming in.
A goal in life of mine at some point and just do Santa shit. Like work 2 months a year shit. Like work 2 months a year during Christmas time.
There you go.
Just be a Santa.
Would you be a jolly Santa or would you be like, goddamn Patriots fucked us today?
No, I'm not gonna swear.
Hi, little Jimmy. What do you want for Christmas? God damn it, Drake May.
I'm not gonna swear in front of the children. Come on. I am
Jason
I know I get
fucking
angry.
Tatum.
I know I get angry and I get profane sometimes on here, but again, around the children, I am a respectful adult.
Bad Santa, dude. You're the Billy Bob.
I'm not. I wouldn't be like that. I wouldn't be like that. I wouldn't be like bad Santa. Maybe curmudgeon-y Santa, a smidge.
I dusted off a bad Santa around the holidays, around Christmas, because I'll binge watch as many Christmas movies as possible.
Yeah.
For like 3 days around Christmas, and I was just like, oh yeah, this one's not for the
Crazy,
kids.
Yeah,
it's
no,
great.
Absolutely not.
You'd be like,
good movie. The first one was good. But.
God, the Red Sox are cheap. Hey Timmy, what do you want? I want a Red Sox jersey. Don't get too attached; they'll sell them.
Yeah.
You should do it. You could be the wrestling Santa. That's what you should do for the show. So the gifts you're giving us in 2027.
Yeah.
Which I did an interview this week with Cody Lane, and I was like, "Hey, Cody, like, what's your goals for 2026 next year?" And he's like, "2027," and I was like, "Shit, I can't believe it's already." I don't know what year it is, but we're 2027 next year. So
we're approaching the middle of August, bro. We're almost in 2027.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, it's
we're almost there.
The time has flown.
We got 3.5 months, bro. That's what we got going on, and then it will be Royal Rumble time before we know it.
Jolly Santa. I'd love to see that. I would pay to see that. If you do that, I will fly out to whichever gig at Macy's or Sears. Still a thing out there?
No, not really.
No,
I worked for Sears when I was younger.
Sears, what's the mall Santa? I'll come out and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
So Sears was commission based, right? And listen, I know if there's any young people in the audience, they're not going to believe this, but back when we were younger, you could start working at 14. You could start working at 14 back when we were younger.
You also made $5.25 an hour.
Correct.
I'm sorry, $5.15. It wasn't even 25.
For a summer job, 2 nights a week, like 2 days or 2 nights a week, I worked at Sears in the electronics department, and I made $6 an hour. But it was commission based. And around, so whatever, you'd sell something here or there, VCR back then. You'd sell, it was VCR, it was record play, you sell something. All right, cool. But around Christmas time, though, and I was a 15-year-old kid. This was like the first job I ever had. Around Christmas time, I sold like 3 TVs.
Nice.
And I got a paycheck. And again, I got a paycheck at the time for like $850. And at the time when I got that paycheck, I said, "This is the most money I've ever." I thought I was. Yeah. I was like, I have so much money.
It is crazy now.
I have so much money. I thought, and I was like, "Son of a bitch." And now I'm like, if I got a paycheck for $850, I'd jump off a bridge because I wouldn't be able to live.
Amen to that. I remember when I became a manager of the IHOP. Shout out to Javon Evans.
First of all, and again, I know we shouted out Malcolm. We love Malcolm. Javon is right. IHOP is superior.
I've never had waffle. I told Malcolm, by the way.
I don't have a Waffle House. I've been there
this past weekend. When I went to Squared Circle Expo, there's a Waffle House 2 minutes from where I was at. I got done with everything, and I was like, "Well, I should check it out. I should do this. Like, I should be there." At this particular Waffle House, right there by the hotel, they stopped. You're not allowed to go in and sit down and eat. You had to walk up to a window, order your food, and take it out.
Window only.
At the hour that I went, and I was like, and I told Malcolm this, and I go, I wanted the whole experience. He goes,
"Yeah, you got to sit in there."
I wanted to sit in there and be in the moment. So next time I go to Indianapolis, I'll seek one out. But because there is one in Indianapolis, I figured it. I found it. But you got
to experience the whole thing.
I was like, I wanted to sit the menu. You wanted
people
to
watch.
Oh, for sure.
People watch the crowd and.
Yeah. So,
but again, we don't have the closest one to me. Literally, is in Pennsylvania.
Oh well, there you go.
There is not one in New England. We don't have one.
Little day trip for you.
Damn. I'm just like, what?
But yeah, the IHOP. So I say that it's like they were like, "We want you to be the third shift manager. Here's $11.50 an hour," and I was like, "Holy shit, really?
Yeah,
that's crazy."
I worked for a supermarket chain for like 10 years, from like the ages of basically like 17 to 27, 28, and it was based out of New Hampshire, which New Hampshire is the south of the north. So their minimum wage is like $8 less than Massachusetts. And even at the time I was young, I worked there for 10 years and I left there. Left after 10 years of service, making $10.50 an hour.
Yep. I'm glad times have changed where we make more money.
10 years I was there.
Unfortunately, everything's more expensive now, though, too.
Correct.
So it's kind of a wash. But
also, at that time when I was driving, gas was like $1.79 $20 filled my tank.
Yeah. Back in my day,
$20.
we're showing
Back in
our-
my day,
we're
I
showing
used
our
to
age
walk.
here.
I don't give a fuck.
Back in my day, I used to have to walk uphill both ways
Yeah, I
to
had to
and
go
from
through a
school.
blizzard. I didn't have no bus stops. I will say though, and I've said this before, the bus stops are outrageous. They're outrageous nowadays.
For kids or just in general? Or
In
just
general,
public
the
trans
school
stuff?
bus.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Safety, I get it. All right. Back in the day, if you lived within a mile radius, you were getting off at one stop and your ass was walking home.
They still do that.
No, they
Around
do
here.
not.
Not
Not where I live. Where I live,
Oh.
I have been stuck behind buses that are stopping 5 times in like 300 yards
Oh, no, they
at
do.
driveways, and I'm like,
They have
what is going on?
They have general pickup spots in the neighborhoods that my kids.
What is going on?
Get
I'm
off
like,
on.
I get it, guys. All right, but they can walk down the street. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. Anyway, all right, we're done here, right? Anything else?
No, it was
we're
a
talking
very
about school buses. I mean,
it was a very. I mean, outside of
I like these type of shows. Those variety.
yeah, a lot. The wrestling world.
about
I mean, it was
movies, sports.
next week will be big, a little bit, but not really. Next
Will
week's
it?
kind of
No, it won't.
all
It
in
won't.
a couple of weeks.
Well,
yeah, there's
we're hopefully expecting SmackDown. I don't know if I'll be attending, but SmackDown does look like it's going to be a good show tomorrow. I would
Yeah.
hope next week. Again, Raw wasn't bad. Dynamite wasn't bad. I would say, but next week, 2 weeks from All In, I expect a little bit of a bump in the, really
you look at-
gearing up. We'll
Yeah.
have the semifinals and the tournaments going on. It's gonna be good.
If you looked at wrestling in terms of like work, you'd be like, this is the week you would take vacation.
Yeah.
You'd just be like, yeah, nothing. We got a couple weeks until All In. I'll start picking up next week and then the following week. I'll take the week off.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of how you'd play that.
Yeah, but that is going to do it for us. Thank everybody for joining in the chat and watching along. We appreciate every single one of you tuning in. Pluggo, why don't you do the thing? Let the people know what you got coming up the rest of the week and where you're at. You're everywhere, brother.
I'm everywhere, nowhere at the same time, but I'm at Pluggo. You search my face. I'm up on all social media platforms. Pluggo, PLUGGO. I had to say that a lot this week. Yeah, all my interviews are up right now on Love Wrestling CA from the SummerSlam weekend. I got some interviews on my socials from Brian Cage, Mickey James. I got something coming out next week with Cody Lane, who's Ethan Page's pick for who he'd like to see make it to the WWE from the independent scene. So I did an interview with that guy. I might have another, if everything goes according to plan, I might have an interview coming up with a GCW talent, hopefully. I'm not going to spoil it until it actually happens because we had to postpone today, which is okay. We're going to try it for tomorrow, but it is a busy weekend. And then for Exposure, 2:00 on Saturday. And then, yeah, I think that's about all I've got going on that I can think of. Oh, Between Two Beards, man, 8 p.m. every Thursday. I might have something coming up. We might have a special guest next week, too. You never know. We'll see.
Yep. And you might see us hopping on some stuff coming up soon. Some of our friends' things here in the next couple of weeks.
To our socials for
follow us. B2 Beards everywhere.
That's right. Because I almost forgot about that because when they booked it, they gave us the wrong date, but it's actually like a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks, and then football season is coming around the corner, so you might see some tiers or some rankings or things like that with football stuff. So and
a fantasy football league. I'll get that set up.
We'll get that going. We'll get that going potentially too. So we are getting in the midst of fall. We should be having a good time. The kids are back. The kids will be getting back to school, all that fun stuff. We'll have a lot of things coming up. So stay tuned for the socials. But yeah, we got some cool stuff coming up these next few weeks here. So you can follow me, JPJ Loves Gaming, everywhere on social media. Obviously, like Pluggo just said, Thursday nights right here, flagship show Between Two Beards right here on Love Wrestling. You can see me and Pluggo chopping it up as well on Wednesday nights after Dynamite with our pal Drew Nicholas over on bodyslam.net for Dynamite Up, where we review Dynamite right after the show goes off the air every Wednesday. And then like Pluggo plugged earlier, and we had Auntie Collins in the chat, you can catch myself, and Auntie Collins, the great Auntie Collins, on Sundays at noon Eastern. We had Pluggo on talking about his SummerSlam experience last week. So if you haven't watched that, go over to the Fightful Overbooked YouTube, check it out. But every Sunday, 12 Eastern, noon time on Fightful Overbooked, coast to coast. And then if you follow me here, I do have a Twitch. I'm glad. Yeah, we're all glad Drew is back talking some wrestling. I missed chopping it up with Drew. You know, I had the luxury of talking to both, obviously, Pluggo and Drew on a weekly basis, and I'm glad I get to do it on the same show now on Wednesdays. So that's a fun time. Yeah, you can follow me. MLB is still, we playing a lot of MLB. Madden just came out. I started a Raiders franchise on the channel. So we're going to see if Fernando Mendoza can lead us to the promised land. I'm going to trade Max Crosby. That's on my first order of business. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So, yeah, thanks for everybody for tuning in. You guys know the drill. Until next time, say hi to Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Peace out.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. You know, get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves. Knock it off.